What truly makes an institution endure over the decades? Well, today we're diving into the remarkable story of Kugel High School in this explainer. Welcome to the Kugel Legacy, 77 years of people and heritage. We're going to be looking at the fascinating journey of an educational institution that found itself caught between two completely different buildings, but ultimately united by one shared identity. At the very heart of this legacy is a single, really thought-provoking question that's been posed to Kugel alumni across all the generations. What makes a school? Is it the building, or is it the people? Think about it. Is an educational institution defined by the brick and mortar? You know, the specific hallways you walk down as a teenager? Or is it something much deeper, something intangible? Keep that question in the back of your mind as we go through this history together.
77. That is a massive number. It represents 77 years of shared stories, people, and heritage that tie the entire Kugel community together. From the very first graduating classes way back in 1952, all the way to the graduates of today, this number is a testament to an enduring legacy that we are going to unpack right now.
Let's kick things off with Section 1, Two Buildings, One Identity.
This perfectly illustrates the crazy divide the school community actually experienced. On the left side, we've got the pre-1996 era. This is the old home situated right at the corner of Jean Jaurès and Histadrut streets. The source notes that if you graduated before 1996, just hearing the name Kugel instantly brings back memories of that specific floor, that specific classroom in that old building. But then on the right, we see the post-1996 era. This is the brand new building where entirely younger generations were educated and grew up.
So it's been exactly 29 years since the school relocated to its current home. That means, for nearly 3 decades, generations of new graduates have been educated within completely different walls. For them, the new building is definitively Kugel, and this geographic and temporal shift essentially created two very distinct groups of graduates.
But here is the absolutely crucial point. We have to reframe this history. The physical building, it's really just a shell. The inner core remains completely unchanged. The simple, undeniable truth we get from the source material is that the physical location, the walls, the desks, the mailing address, it's all just an outer layer. The inner truth, the actual essence of what makes Kugel, well, Google, has never wavered for a second.
Actually, the source makes a really beautiful comparison here. Think of it like the state of Israel itself. Kugel has grown and changed over the years, but it remains the exact same entity at its heart. Just as a nation can grow, shift, and evolve over decades while totally retaining its core national identity, so too has this high school. It moved its physical borders, so to speak, but the educational institution remained the exact same at its heart.
And looking at this timeline, you can visually see that this isn't a story of two different schools. It's one continuous, unbroken chain of Kugel graduates. We start way back with the earliest addressed alumni in 1952, move through the older graduates of 1965, hit that massive, pivotal move to the new building in 1996, and continue right on through to the recent graduates of 2020 and beyond. It's one timeline, guys, one continuous, incredibly powerful story.
Moving right along to Section 2, the unchanging Kugel DNA.
So what exactly makes up that DNA? It comes down to 3 core values: excellence, social responsibility, and innovation. The source is super explicit about this. It says that whether you graduated in 1965 in the old building or in 2020 in the shiny modern complex, you were instilled with these exact same unchanging DNA values. This is the continuous thread that binds every single alumnus together across the decades.
And this really proves that Kugel was never just a spot on a map. Not at all. It's a living brand, defined by the quality of the people it produces. It's a standard of education defined entirely by the values it imparts to its students, rather than the architecture of the classrooms they sit in.
Which brings us to Section 3, the living bridge, teachers. Now, we need to talk about the living bridge. This refers to the dedicated human element, specifically the amazing teaching staff. The teachers are the true living bridge here, serving as the human element that guaranteed the soul of the school survived the big transition completely intact. They are literally the ones who planted the old roots in new soil. Honestly, without the teachers carrying that DNA across the city in 1996, that continuity might have been completely lost.
Get this. Many of the teachers in the new building today still vividly remember teaching in the old classrooms.
Think about that for a second. There are educators walking the modern halls right now who remember the old chalkboards in the old campus. They act as living, breathing memories for the students, a literal human bridge, connecting today's generation right back to the historic legacy of the original building. Next up, Section 4, Resilience and Growth.
You know, it's really important to view the 1996 move in the right light. It was not the end of an era, but rather a profound demonstration of resilience and the ability to renew without losing the moral spine. It wasn't an ending at all. It was an absolute triumph. It proved beyond a doubt that the school could pick up its roots, renew itself in a completely unfamiliar environment, and still hold perfectly onto its moral and educational backbone.
And finally, we arrive at Section 5, a shared glorious legacy.
First, a direct message derives straight from the source for the pre-1996 alumni. Your memory is honored and kept alive. And this isn't just talk. It's actively done today through the Kugel High School for Generations Facebook page, through digital sway booklets, and through the enduring tradition and deep respect of the current staff. So for the older graduates listening, your precious memories aren't lost in the old rubble. They are being actively, deliberately preserved.
And for the younger folks, the post-1996 alumni, understanding this history is just as vital. Why? Because you are the natural, successful continuation of that historic and highly respected long-standing legacy. You aren't just attending some school that popped up in 1996. You are part of a glorious chain of excellence that stretches all the way back to the early 1950s. I want to leave you with this final, incredibly provocative thought from the source material to reflect on. We are not two schools. We are Kugel, like a single armor that replaced its shell to protect its heart. So, I ask you, if your core values are truly strong enough, isn't the physical shell just armor protecting a much greater, enduring heart?